Hello, hello. It is -2 degrees where I'm at. So I've got the sweatshirt on this morning. Excited for another Feedback Fridays. Hear what you guys are doing. Thanks for listening to the Led Zeppelin clip. There are... Let me look. I haven't looked at the emails yet. Are there still slots? He asks. We've got already significantly more than 5. So save your submission for next week. Get it in as early as possible. Hello, hello, everybody. Thanks for joining me. Let's see here. Okay. We're going to get started. Yeah, it does get cold. Okay, Thomas Wright. Oh, you know what? No, that's not a video. That is different. Here it is. Asiri Krishna Govind. I'm sorry if I butcher the word or the names. Here we go for our first submission.
She's gone out of my life. I was wrong.
Beautiful.
I'm to blame. I was so untrue. I can't live without her love. My life is just an empty space.
Nice transfer into your head.
Lady, won't you save me? My heart belongs to you. Lady, can you forgive me?
Okay, I'm gonna stop it right here because I think there's I see opportunity right now. Listen to the tone he's got here.
All my dreams are lost.
All my dreams, right? He's expressive and chesty, and then he gets into his head resonance here.
Forgive me.
Forgive me. Ooh, ooh. Ah. Now right here, lady, that. So he'll go up. That's a good one. And then, lady, there's an opportunity for him to belt right there. And that'll be working on some mixed voice. Check out a lot of the videos I've got on the channel on mixed voice. This is going to help you dial up your dynamics. Even in this little phrase here.
Lady, won't you save me?
So even if he went, lady, won't you say to me? There's this idea that we're not just, now we're singing higher, so we're in our head voice. We are taking the opportunity to use it as a way to do more dynamics. And there's more that opportunities there too. It doesn't mean that we have to be belting mixed the whole time that we're singing high either. Because we don't want to have just one shtick, one thing that we're doing. Beautiful head voice. My heart belongs to you. Now, listen, there's an opportunity. There we go again. Lady! So, my heart belongs to you. Lady! La-da-da-da-da-da. So, we're anchoring on that lady, that one note, and working on bringing tone and intensity to that. And then we're calling and answering. We're setting up a call and answer so that we can dial up the dynamics, have more contrast, and ultimately make the whole thing seem more energetic. Beautiful voice, beautiful approach. Wonderful resonance, wonderful placement. You can tell that he's conscious of what's going on in his face. Very, very good. All right. Thank you. All right. This is from Niall Oldbridge. And it says, I've been watching your videos on YouTube for a while. I'd like to thank you for the content. I've been trying to achieve grit with your video and don't know if you're doing it safely. I'd like to kindly ask if you could review this video. Metal Ingus. I have covered that song on the channel. So we're going to watch a clip from that. Lady. Okay. My main concern is if you're singing safely and if there's anything that I could tell is wrong. I'm also very interested in your overall opinion of singing open throat, using mixed voice. Okay. Thank you in advance. Great. Okay. Here we go. Excited to see this one.
I never long for what might have been.
Nice nasal sound.
Oh, regret won't waste my life again.
Good.
Oh, I won't look back and fight to remain.
Yes. Yes.
On this day, I see clearly everything has come to life. Bitter place and the broken dream, and we're leaving all behind. On this day, it's so real to me. Everything has come to life. Now the chance to chase a dream, now the chance to feel alone.
Okay.
Let me
Okay. Oh, he's gonna do the bridge.
Could you set me
Yeah.
free? Could you set me free? On this day.
Okay, this is good. I'm glad I got to hear the bridge. So his questions, am I using mixed voice? Am I singing safely? Let's go back to here. Yes, you are singing safely. Your tone sounds really good. Your placement is good. You're singing forward and nasal. Ah. I'm gonna call up the lyrics to that song so I can. You'd think I'd remember them. So particular. Well, let's go over the verse here. I've been defeated and brought down. It would be very easy for someone to swallow those. I have been defeated and brought down, down, down. You know, singing back in the throat. We're bringing it forward. I've been, and nasal, which is what Miles Kennedy does. He's doing a very good job of maintaining that resonance. So good job. That is not only safe, but you're getting you're making good use of your energy. You have good projection. Your mic is picking up that brightness. Very, very nice. I have been defeated. Now, I think that there's some tonal balance you can work on. Whereas if we're, I have been defeated and brought down, we can still be nasal and resonant, but maybe not quite. So we're lowering our larynx position a little bit, raising our soft palate a little, still focusing on the facial resonance. And that brings us to this. I've been defeated and brought down, dropped to my knees when hope ran out. There's a nice balance there. And I think that you can play with that a little bit more. What you did sounded great. It was on the extreme of hypernasal, which works too, but see what else you can do with it. Now, the bridge at the very end, when you did your thing, the "Could You Set Me Free" part. Let's listen to that again. Did you hear that little crack there? Could you set me free? You've got the beginnings of a really accessible and nice sounding mixed voice. You need to throw a little more support into it. Lower abdominal support. You've got the bright, you've got the forward resonance, and you can even hear it here right before he cracks. Listen here. Now that note there, could you said. You are seeing him reach for that note, as opposed to, could you said. Notice the facial, the countenance on my whole body. Could you said. That's very different than could you said me, which is what I see you doing in the video. So you've got the resonance, you've got the placement. It's a matter of learning the airflow balance, how much air to use, and it's a matter of honing in on your lower abdominal support now that you've got the positioning. When you get to those higher notes, you end up going into reach mode. And reach mode is you're going to burn yourself out. Nothing here is unsafe. A fantastic practice performance. Keep that in mind, though. More support, harness that brightness that you've been doing, and when you go high, be okay with getting with messing up and not hitting those pitches to experience what it feels like to be truly brash, high, and supported in your mix. Very, very nice attempt. Very well done. Okay. Good. Here is the next link from Shahid Hossein.
Say it in the street, that's a knockout. But you say it in the tweet, that's a cop out. And I'm just like, hey, are you okay? And I ain't trying to mess with your self-expression, but I'm under less the stress, and then not
Nice.
that somebody else is no fun. And snakes and stones never broke my bones, so you need to calm down. You're being too loud.
Good. Going back and reviewing just a little bit here.
Listen to stress and then obsessing about somebody else is no fun. And snakes and stones never broke my bones, so
Love that part. Snakes and stones never broke my bones. Really, really good approach. Your diction, how you're pronouncing your words is great. I can tell, even though I can't see your face that well because of the video quality, I can tell that you're singing forward, that your vowels are being formed, like we've talked about before, from the middle of your face, the middle of your mouth forward. That's very, very good. Also the pronunciations of the consonants and the sibilants is really, really good. Not too present, but also you're moving groove-wise along the song very well, especially for the amount of lyrics. The one bit of feedback I'd give you to take it to the next level, because what you're doing is great, is, and I say this, I think, quite a bit, dial up your contrast. And in this particular context, not even a lot. Because you have great resonance, great placement, as I've talked about. But as you move through these phrases, where's your dynamic meter?
stressing and obsessing about somebody else is no fun. And snakes and stones never broke my bones.
Snakes and stones never broke my bones, and snakes and it's no fun. It's no fun. Can you wade through the lyrics and take us on a journey with your phrasing? It's no fun. Snakes and stones never break my bones. There's slightly, I'm playing with my placement just a little bit. I'm playing with my dynamics. I'm going in and around the words and not through the words, if that makes sense. You end up being playful with the phrasing opportunities. You know, if we listen to this part again here, And this is not nitpicky, but it is like this sort of laser focused because what you've done is really great. Listening again.
My bones, so broke my bones, so
Rewinding.
and stones never broke. And snakes and stones never broke my bones, so
And snakes and stones never broke my bones, so Experiment with more glottal attack, being more obvious to some of those things. The best singers, accentuate the little things. And I think that's where dynamic contrast, when we have that mindset, having a bit more dynamic contrast is really helpful. Let's go back just a little more here.
fun. And snakes and stones never broke my bones, so
Need to go further back.
stressing and obsessing about somebody else is no fun. And snakes and
It's no fun. So that could be sung with less intensity, intentionally. It's no fun. And snakes and stones never break my bones. And I'm dialing up the contrast a little bit more. Great job. Great job. Hey guys, Feedback Fridays and all the work that I do on YouTube is made possible by you guys supporting me in my courses. Not only do you get a chance to support me through the courses, but you give me the opportunity to help you on a much deeper level with your singing. And my main course is Discover Your Voice, and that works on an invitation basis only. I keep it open to small groups of people, and as you request an invitation to the course, when slots open up, a slot is made available for you to join. It's a 12-week journey, and I want to leave you a link here. That is how you get to my course. Click on the link, request an invite, and then when slots open up, you will get an invitation to join the course. Again, that's an opportunity for you to go way deeper with me, for you to go through a systemized approach to unlocking things like mixed voice, resonance, support, ear training. The things I do on YouTube point to that course. And like I said, the people who enroll in the course and go on that deeper journey with me, they're the people that make it possible for me to continue to do things like Feedback Fridays for free, to continue to post 2 YouTube videos for free every week. So thank you for your support, and I look forward to the people who are going to request an invite and who are going to be a part of the course with me. There's also opportunities, once you request an invitation, to get private lessons with me. So be sure to do that before we get off this call. All right, next. Chris Mai. He says, "Hi Chris, I've been on a self-learning journey in singing for 8 years. 6 years of clean singing, alt rock and Japanese rock songs before I started seriously learning how to add grit." Okay. I ended up trying to learn how to scream from other courses before I found yours a year ago and got hooked on how much better results he got from my videos. Cool. I learned to add grit and would like feedback on, do I sing well, using my registers properly, mixing and all that? Do I use grit well and healthily to complement that? Not where I want to be. People say it sounds more like loud vocal fry. Okay. I added a short scream at the end, and I feel it's lacking in voice and body. Okay. I'm looking forward to reviewing this. Okay. Here we go.
So if you find it hard to break,
Nice, clean
you
singing.
can put put your faith in me. I'll be the light that leads your way.
Yes.
We are the voice of a generation.
Yeah.
So take your chance and don't back down. Here I am. This is all of me. I'm not hiding. I'm standing tall for all to say. Here I am. There is nothing bigger, nothing brighter than a future I say. Here I am.
Very, very good. High tenor. Very good support. I think you're supporting yourself. I can hear the support coming in the way that you're approaching some of these notes. La 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 la. It's not la 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 la. It's la 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 la. I can hear that difference. Granted, my voice is thicker than your voice, but you've got that really, really nice onset and approach to each note. Your mix sounds great. The use of distortion in your high mix, I think, sounds fantastic. I think that your agility, your pitch, man, very, very well done. I think in terms of beefing up, if you want to go beefier with your scream, particularly at the end there, I think it's time for you to start approaching less of what a lot of people will call a fry approach. And really what it is it's a compression-based approach. La 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 la, holding back air, la 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 la, yeah! And that's kind of the sound you're using to get your distortion right there. However, if you go for the vocal break approach, exploiting your vocal break, which is sometimes really hard for people who have gotten in the habit of mixing so well, which you're doing. You're mixing with great support. You've extended your range. You're using your resonances really, really well. Now it's time to sort of work backward a little bit if you want to get that really awesome, gritty scream. La, la, la. If you can start learning how to do the Tarzan thing or the yodel thing, and it's going to mean that you're pulling back your some of your skill and some of the things that you've dialed in to get a great mixed voice and kind of go the other direction. That is going to give you that more beefy, more supported scream sound like I think that you want. That's really the next step for you. Everything sounded really, really marvelous. Great job, Chris. Okay. Okay, let's see here. Guys, here's the link again for Discover Your Voice, the request invite. And if you're interested in checking out any of my other courses, some of them they don't work on the always by invite basis. You can go to mymusicalvoice.com and get a taste of some of the other things that I offer. There you go. And then if you want that link to request an invite to my course, here it is. And for those of you who want to go deeper, for those of you who'd like more hand-holding and more regular contact with me as you continue to discover what your voice can really do, Discover Your Voice is the pathway to do that with me. Okay. Sebastian. Here is one of my studio demos. I want to know what I can do to sing the chorus with the same sound, but at the moment, I use way too much air and energy to get the tone I want. Also, if there's anything about my screams you could recommend doing or not doing. Okay, here it is from Sebastian. This is not a YouTube link, so give me a second to download it. Riffs and runs. I do have tutorials on riffs and runs. And matter of fact, follow the link, follow the My Musical Voice link. I've got a whole course on riffs and runs called the Energy and Agility Practice Plan. Thanks, Jam. Okay, that one has finished downloading. Here we go. Sebastian. That's right, muscle memory. Pop is great too, man. There's a lot of great singing in pop music today.
I've been down this road before. It's led me to
Excellent.
my past for sure. My eyes
Excited to see where this goes.
burn so I can't seem to say if my heart is alone in the end or
Yeah! Nice pitch. Very good. I like the variance. Yes. Very good. Going back here. So there's a lot of fantastic stuff going on here. Fantastic. First of all, the production is really good. He's got his signal chain dialed in to take those lower, more subdued sounds at the beginning. Fantastic pitch. It sounds like there's been maybe a little bit of pitch correction going on, which is totally fine. I mean, everybody uses pitch correction to some extent. But for evaluation purposes, it's a bit tough for me to tell from a singing technique point where that is. But the transition from melody to his screaming is fantastic. He's got a lot of music in his screams. Listen to this.
I can't seem to say if my heart is alone in the end or
There's an implied yeah! There's that implied pitch, right? And this is the mark of a truly musical singer and screamer when there is, listen. Oh, in the end, and then. And you can hear him center on that pitch, even though it's a full-blown scream. Ah! Yeah! You hear that excellent breakup, that excellent false chord engagement, but he is being musical now. Does that make sense? And you're doing that just wonderfully. So many screamers miss this, but I can tell that you have it because, number one, you do a great job of singing, so you have pitch in your mind already. That makes the screams all the more musical. So you guys want to scream like this. The beginnings of this are using your vocal break. Name a pitch, and it's hard to tell when someone has it mastered like this, but here's how to reverse engineer it. Name your pitch. Yeah! Now, I want to be careful to clarify here. Mark says it's fry. What he is doing is not fry. It's not fry. He is using false chord engagement. Fry is this. You can't possibly. Fry is a loose primary chord engagement. When you are screaming like this, you are using your false chords and you have a little bit of primary chord engagement. This sound does not come from vocal fry alone. The term fry scream has been out there for a long time, and I've done a video on this on the channel. If you think about a fry scream as being vocal fry, you're never ever going to be able to scream like this. There is aspects of fry here because the closure of the primary chords is intermittent. Like that. But if I just make that louder, that's not going to give me, yeah! That's not the same thing. The beefiness, the airflow control and moderation, the intensity, it comes from false chord engagement. Whether you call it a fry scream or a false chord scream, it is all coming from the false chord area above the larynx. So just keep that in mind. But how to get here is to name a pitch, hey, and let it fall apart. Yeah, the terms are the most frustrating thing for voice lessons. And that's why in my course, I don't use any terms at all. We talk about things on a sensation level, purely a sensation level, as opposed to getting stuck in what this is called or what that is called. And because people always have their own definitions and ways to describe things, which is great. I like to describe things in terms of experience instead of terms, because I found that when working with my students, using terminology, even vocal anatomy terminology, tends to be very confusing and limiting. And the fry thing when it comes to screaming is one of the biggest things that messes people up, because they think, oh, fry scream. Okay, I can do fry. Oh, I should be able to do a fry scream. That's just not the case. But name your pitch, let it fall apart. Find that in between where your voice cracks, but it doesn't hurt. It doesn't feel strenuous at all, that the vocal break is exposing, and then lean into that. And then you can move things around by changing the shape of your mouth. So, yes. Thank you so much. Great example. I don't think you're doing anything wrong. I think everything sounds fantastic. Your chest voice sounds dialed in. Excellent job. Now, G-Money, let's get into this a little bit better. He's saying it is fry, though. It is not fry. It's the loud whisper thing is not fry. Ew, oh. Or I should say not purely fry. The stage whisper, that's false chord engagement. So when we take that to a greater level and combine that with vocal fry, oh, yeah. that it includes an aspect of vocal fry, but it is not purely fry. That stage whisper or the loud whisper is false chord engagement. Now, when we combine that with other approaches, this is great. I was talking with Spencer Sotelo the other day. Yes, I was talking with Spencer Sotelo the other day from Periphery, and we were discussing screams, and he said the same thing that I do. I don't know what everybody's talking about when they say this term fry scream. It just doesn't make any sense because it's not fry. It might include some vocal fry, but this fry versus false chord debate is killing screamers all over the world. It's not fry or false chord. It's not what it is. It is all false chord. When I make that sound, when I make this sound, yeah! When I do distortion, like, oh! That is all false chord area engagement above the larynx. Some of those can include aspects of fry, but it is not based on fry. So, anyway, I mean, you could debate this, and you could go terms forever. But think about it the way I'm talking about it, and it will be easier to get to, in my opinion. I was confused for a long time too, because how can that possibly turn into a scream? So, anyway, great job, Sebastian. Yeah, the break scream, or just call it screaming. It's there's lots of different. It's about a balance to get the kind of tones that you want, and it can go anywhere from to I mean, there's so many different sounds and different tones that you can get. Let's not classify it. Let's just call it aggressive singing, and let's talk about the different sensations we can use to get there. That's the main thing. And I have a whole course about it, the Aggressive Vocalist's Master Plan of Attack. You can find that at mymusicalvoice.com. And you can request an invitation to my course here. Yeah, Chester B was an incredible master of this, blending these different approaches to get good tone, to get good breakup. He did a fantastic job. And there's other awesome ones. I mean, Sam Carter's amazing at it. Spencer Sotelo from Periphery is awesome at it. Hypercompression scream. Well, hypercompression uses the same mechanism that stage whisper does. That's hypercompression with poor primary chord engagement, right? And some would classify that as fry, but I would prefer to look at it as less prominent primary chord engagement. I agree, Carol. Terminology screws you up. If you're screaming, should you be conscious of forward placement? Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you, G Money. Thank you for engaging in the debate with me. So, Patricio, Cannibal Corpse's screams are fry then. It's my opinion that term, they are maybe partially, they're using fry, but it is not fry. It is not fry. This is fry. It might include fry, but it is not all fry. Beyond just finished the free course, but still can't find and free my voice. Any tips? Yes. Continue to follow the emails I give you. If you entered that free course and you're still stuck on a few things, follow the emails that I give you for the next several days. you are going to get even more of these tips to take your voice beyond where it is. Absolutely. Yeah, I try to do the lesson in Spanish. You're as warm as a glass of brandy. Oh, Tennessee whiskey. You're as warm as a glass of brandy. Yeah. All right. There's your Tennessee whiskey. Thank you, Forrest. Can't be loud in the apartment. Tips for quiet practice. Yes, Forrest. I've actually done a whole course, a free course on practicing quietly for people who are in lockdown, for people who are in apartments. Let me get you a link. Actually, head to mymusicalvoice.com. Head to mymusicalvoice.com, and it is the 7 highly effective quiet exercises that won't annoy your neighbors. Go to that. That's the course. It's free. There's a lot there that'll help you. Yeah, the other ways that I do it, I practice in the car. If you really want to practice screaming, scream into a pillow. What are my thoughts on inhale screams? Are they harmful? They don't have to be harmful. The trick with inhale screams, and why I haven't been able to get them down and use them well, is that I base my screams so much on my singing voice that it's hard for me to place them. It's hard for me to find the resonance in the right places to not blow too much air past my primary chords. When I don't engage my primary chords, I end up using too much air, and that blows them out. Is fry coming naturally when I reach my chest? When I reach my chest? The little bit of breakup? Yeah, that's fine, especially if it feels okay. You always want to try to be able to sing clean, no matter what, and then put that sort of compression-based grit or fry into effect. So I would work on cleaning it up and being intentional with it. David asks, do I know the flamenco screaming technique? You know, I can't say that I'm familiar with it enough to talk about it. I've heard it used before, but I'm not sure exactly what that means. You're welcome, Make. All right. Guys, one more time. If you want to go deeper with me, if you have enjoyed this time where you get feedback from me and you'd like to take your voice to another level with a systematic approach and have an opportunity to do a private lesson with me, you can go 2 places, really. You can go to mymusicalvoice.com and check out some of my other courses, or the main area you want to start with is there. Request an invitation to my course, and when slots open up, you will get that invitation. You'll have an opportunity to join. Is drinking coffee... Coffee is a diuretic, so it purges water from your system. It also has caffeine, which can cause jitters and tension. Everything in moderation, though. Coffee is not good for your voice. Coffee in moderation is not bad for your voice. Okay. I think, guys, that has been 5. Or 6. We always get so many more submissions than is in the top 5. Thank you guys so much for showing up every week. Get here early and submit your links. How can I mix more quietly and stop screaming my chest? And at which volume will I enter a proper mixed voice? The key to entering mixed voices isn't screaming. Mixing quietly, that's a really, really tough question to just answer in the next, that's a whole course right there. How can I mix quietly? How can I control dynamics with my mixed voice? But a place to start is learning how to feel the blend between your head and your chest voice in a quiet way. Singing in the car, I'm as warm, head voice, warm. What I did there is I combined my known chest voice with my known head voice. I have a YouTube video that talks about falsetto versus chest versus head voice. That would be the best place to start for a relatively quick introductory answer to that question of how do I enter mixed voice more quietly without screaming into it. Do I have tips on how to be more expressive with my voice? Yes, I actually have a video on YouTube, on my free YouTube channel called How to Be More Expressive. Search... go to my channel and search that. You'll find it. Yeah, great submissions, everybody. Thank you so much. Always fun to hear what people are doing. I really love being able to offer you guys direct feedback like this. A lot of fun. All right. Again, if you'd like to support me and take your voice to the next level with a strategic 12-week plan, click the link in the chat. Request an invite to the course. If you want to check out some of my other course offerings, head to mymusicalvoice.com. And that's where the aggressive vocal course lives, at mymusicalvoice.com. The aggressive singing course really goes into a lot of what we've talked about in this session here. So if you want to go specifically deeper with aggressive vocals, screaming, aggressive mixed voice, false chord engagement, click mymusicalvoice.com and look for the Aggressive Vocalists Master Plan of Attack. How often do I speak to vocalists? I do lots of private lessons every week with people that are enrolled in the course. I return emails and course comments every single day for those who are in the course. And I check in on my Musical Voice singing group that's via Facebook, and that's largely comprised of people that are in the course. I check in on those guys every day too. So I have daily, I'd say probably hourly interaction with many of my students. So it's a lot of fun. I love what I get the opportunity to do. Guys, thank you so much. What we'll be doing this again next week. And in a couple weeks, make sure you stay tuned. In a couple weeks, I've got a huge surprise. A huge surprise. So make sure that you're here next week and the week after. This is amazing. I'm going to have a special guest here in the studio. So I'm excited to share that with you. We'll see you next week.